North America, 1/3 of our landfills are made up of compostable waste. Composting is free, easy, and good for the environment, but many people just don't know how to start.
Now, there's a huge variety of ways to compost, but the most common is a simple pile. You want to start your pile off on bare earth. Before you start really composting, lay a few inches of twigs, straw, dry leaves, or anything like that. And if you're keeping it simple, all you need to do is turn your pile over every couple weeks. Even if you don't, your pile is still going to break down.
So in terms of high maintenance composting, the number one step would be to sift. Sifting your compost can help oxygen circulate, which makes for a better compost. Step 2, green and brown. So green composting is more food materials and brown is more leaves, twigs, and cardboard, stuff like that.
Brown waste is what's normally considered yard scraps, and it's rich in carbon. Green waste is what we consider kitchen scraps, and it's rich in nitrogen.
Okay, so to clear things up, carbon is brown materials and nitrogen is green materials.
So if you have a healthy balance, it makes for a more healthy compost. Step 3, to cover it. This is more for maintaining the smell. So by covering it with dry leaves or let's say like a tarp, you can help maintain the smell. Step number 5, chop up your ingredients before you add them to the pile. This is completely optional, but it will speed up the process of your compost pile. Step number 6 is to protect your pile. By building a structure around your pile, you can protect your pile from various different types of rodents and pests.
Anaerobic bacteria work when oxygen is limited. They break down matter but produce a pretty gross byproduct. Anaerobic composting is normally really smelly and shouldn't be used for plants. However, anaerobic composting shows composting can be as easy as digging a hole and putting your waste in it. It may not be the best option for your garden, but it is easy and good for the planet. Aerobic bacteria work when there's lots of oxygen in the pile. Turning your pile often increases aerobic bacteria. And the good thing about aerobic bacteria is your pile can get so hot it'll start killing weed seeds. However, your pile will not start on fire. Properly aerated and moist compost piles are not dangerous no matter how hot they get. Now, a lot of people get discouraged and don't compost in the winter, but it's actually really easy and we're going to teach you how. The thing is, there's lots of benefits to composting, and since we have such a long winter in Canada, that's a huge time period you're missing.
Because of a deep snow, place your compost bin close to your home so it's easier to reach.
Cover green waste with brown waste, but try to maintain an even mixture of both.
To keep the pile at a heated temperature, add more kitchen greens. Keep a tarp or some type of roof over the compost to keep the precipitation out to block the wind and more.
Another method of winter composting is vermicomposting.
Vermicomposting. Each time you add food, designate an area in your bin to place the waste. Keep rotating your waste, and the worms will circulate around the bin. To minimize the smell, cover the food waste with an extra layer of dirt. Keeping the bin moist will make for a healthy environment. Vermicomposting uses worms, fungi, and bacteria to break down green materials. Simply drill some holes in the bin, mix water-soaked strips of newspaper and soil, then add your worms.